This week's best MMA bets, we're talking UFC 285. Excellent card, historic main event with Jon Jones versus Ciryl Gane. I'm going to give you guys my most confident picks, favorite underdogs, lock of the week. We'll talk about some prop/value bets and then finish it out with the parlays. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on and make sure to share the video as well. And let's jump into the first section. Most confident picks. I'll put them up around the screen and we'll talk about each one of them. The first one will be Rakhmonov to beat Geoff Neal. I see this as a great showcase performance opportunity for Shavkat because Geoff Neal, I think he's a bit underrated. He's a tremendous striker. He's a southpaw. He's extremely athletic too. Also a guy that's very durable, hard to put away, never been submitted as a professional fighter. Shavkat Rakhmonov has a clear grappling advantage in this fight, and I do believe he's going to land takedowns. As far as the method of victory, I think that Geoff Neal could be the first guy to go the full 3 rounds with Shavkat. Is there a chance he locks up a sub? Absolutely. When we look at money line, minus 500. It's more so a parlay piece only, but the confidence on this pick is through the roof for me. How do I like the props? I pick decision as official prediction method of victory, plus 275. Now, submission, also very possible, is plus 175. I like decision more so, but I definitely like Rakhmonov straight, so more of a parlay addition, which will bring his name up again as we get to the parlay section. But Shavkat, I think it's still a showcase fight. Whether it's a submission, a decision, or even if he somehow gets a knockout, I think we're going to learn a lot about his skill set. And I think in 2024, he's a potential title challenger. With Khamzat now officially going to 185, Shavkat is the scariest contender outside of that top 5 in the entire welterweight division. And I think he's coming to do real damage on Saturday against Geoff Neal. So great fight, Shavkat, high confidence pick. Let's keep running. Let's talk about the next one. It's Bo Nickal. I know it's minus 1,500. There's not a money line attack for him over Jamie Pickett, but submission is minus 150. I think it's highly likely he submits Jamie Pickett. Also note, submission in the first round, you're getting plus 115. I know that this is not crazy wide plus money, but I really think Jamie Pickett gets ran over in a round. Donovan Beard, the most recent opponent for Bo Nickal, extremely similar frame and style to Jamie Pickett. I called Donovan Beard Jamie Pickett light, and now we get to see Jamie Pickett versus Bo Nickal. I think that Bo goes out there and runs him over, maybe a little bit longer than that last fight, but still one-sided ass whooping. I think Bo Nickal's wrestling is way too much. Seems he's evolving as a striker and definitely is just a freak specimen who wants this bad. His mentality seems crazy good. And as high level as a wrestler as he was, fighting a guy to the back end of middleweight like a Jamie Pickett who's on a 2-fight losing streak, we know the way this fight's going. Bo Nickal, submission, round number 1. Jump to the next one. Odds are wide for these first 4, really. They're extraordinarily wide, but I still want to talk about my most confident picks and give you the sub prop with them, or sub prop, or whatever prop. This one ain't sub. Gary is minus 650. It's Ian Gary over Keenan Song. I expect a knockout. That's minus 135. Under 2.5 is also minus 200. Under 2.5 is super likely. I think Ian Gary's knocking Keenan Song out, so you can sneak it up and play that under instead of the money line. And I also think the win by KO at minus 135 is a high likelihood. I see him catching Keenan Song and knocking him out. Last fight for Keenan, flatlined by Max Griffin. Ian Gary, to really earn the stock of a guy that's on the come up at 170 pounds, he needs a very impressive win, and I think a knockout is essential for him here. He's getting one. He's knocking Keenan Song out. You can see on Instagram, Keenan Song get to meet Ian Gary and his son, and I was like, oh, it's a wholesome moment. Keenan Song being real nice to him. I think he's getting laid out, man. I don't know. Ian Machado Gary, I should say. But I'm just riding with the Ian Gary. I think he's getting the KO. I think he's going to look tremendous in this fight. And we're going to say, wow, his striking is pretty damn legit. And beating a guy like Keenan Song in the fashion I'm expecting Saturday is a key piece for him to slowly climb up the rankings and get towards that top 15 territory. Ian Gary, dangerous prospect, knockout win. One of the most confident picks. Next one. This one I don't like as much. Valentina Shevchenko. She's minus 585 in a fight where Alexa Grasso is coming to take her head. My line for this fight would be more like minus 300. Of course, Shevchenko is a tremendous striker, but that Talia Santos fight has us worried. Problem, Alexa Grasso is more so of a boxing-style MMA fighter as opposed to somebody who's very dangerous in the grappling and clinch. I think Valentina could out-grapple and Alexa Grasso, and I think with her kicking skills, she's going to outstrike her. I think Grasso's durability shines here. I think she does go all five and has competitive moments with Valentina Shevchenko. I'm going to say fight goes the distance at plus 130 is a sneaky prop bet to get in. Valentina probably on the right side of that decision too. But fight going distance, if somehow Alexa Grasso, crazy ass performance, is able to go the full five and steal it, at this point, I wouldn't be as surprised as I would have been a year ago. But I really think Valentina wins. I'll also read off Valentina to win by decision is plus 205. Shevchenko, most confident pick, obviously, here. And I think the big X factor in the weight class, the boogie woman for Valentina, the dark horse, it's going to be Erin Blanchfieldov. She's coming in as a grappling specialist who I think could potentially dethrone the champion. I think that fight's probably next if, which I expected, that if is probably a most likely Valentina wins this weekend at UFC 285. Shevchenko, another high confidence pick. Let's keep running. Now the odds get a little bit better with these next two. Tabitha Ricci over Jessica Penne, I feel tremendous about. She's the better striker. She's more athletic. She's younger. I think she can even beat her in the grappling positions now, too. Penne is a very long and tall girl, but she's not a great range striker. She's not a great striker at all. Having a grappling advantage is a key for her to win fights. She's past, I think, her most high-level days, I guess you'll say. Her best days are probably behind her. She is 40 in the women's divisions, and I think she's going to get worked here by Tabitha Ricci. I'm going to say they go to the distance, all three. Minus 120, Tabitha Ricci to win a decision. Sneaky play and a likely one. I like Tabitha Ricci to win. She's minus 230 money line, which is not awful either. Let's jump to the last most confident pick. Cameron Sayaman. He's minus 300. I know that's nasty wide. I actually am putting no prop bet here. I think knockout is possible, but Martin has never been KO'd. Submission less likely from Simon, but he does have sub abilities. I think club and sub could be a possibility here. I think Simon could go the full three and win it. Minus 300. It's not a great money line attack, but it's still a tremendously high confident pick and something that in the parlay section we'll be talking about. Issue, Simon's 22. But he should run over Leomana Martinez. The skill set we're seeing from Simon, he's high level. I think knockout is a possibility here, but I don't want to tell you guys go run and play that, which is why I have no prop bets listed. But Simon to win by KO is plus 200. I just didn't love the line. If it was plus 300, I would have considered it adding on. But with this, Simon, money line, much safer route. Guys, those are the most confident picks, obviously aside from the lock, which is coming up after this next segment. So let's jump to the favorite underdogs this week. Now, I'm going to give you guys two of my favorite underdogs. Before I do that, I do also have Julian Marquez as a pick to win. I'm just not feeling like that's my favorite underdog. I'd rather give two higher confidence dogs as opposed to telling you guys Julian Marquez in the list as well. Now, I want to bring him up because I am picking him to win, but it's a coin flip fight, and he is sitting right now around that plus 130 range to beat Marc-Andre Barriault, which is more of a coin flip matchup. These next two, though, I think I have a good feeling about. So first, we're going to talk about Viviane Araujo, plus 110 to beat Amanda Ribas. I see her stuffing takedowns, and I see her outstriking Ribas. Probably going the full three, over 2.5, minus 255. Very sneaky play. I think that's a tremendous over-under to consider if you're looking to add something into parlays. I see these girls going the full three. Next thing, decision win for Araujo is sitting at plus 205. That is a sneaky prop bet. Plus 205 is decent money. Now, Ribas has tremendous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but Araujo can wrestle. She has good Muay Thai. She's a very strong girl and the naturally bigger opponent, too. I like Araujo's chances of upsetting Ribas, who's a tremendous fighter, but I think she's going to run into real trouble this weekend with Viviane Araujo. In a competitive fight, but one Araujo wins on the cards. Now, this is the official dog of the week. It's Trevin Jones, plus 145. Under 2.5 rounds is minus 175. Him and Cody Garbrandts, I doubt go the distance. I think somebody goes to bed. I think Trevin Jones is going to catch Cody Garbrandts coming in reckless, and he's going to flatline him. Even if Cody Garbrandts has early success, Jones weathers the storm and knocks him out. KO win for Trevin Jones, plus 310. But you got a plus 145 money line. Cody Garbrandts, to me, past the true prime of his career. He hasn't looked good since losing. He won one fight since he took his first professional loss. It was against a Sun Tzu, which, you know what? That's a win that's still holding up all right because he just fucked up Victor Henry. But in all actuality, that was a fucking tremendous, wild performance. But Cody hasn't looked like that. Rob Font pieced him up the whole night. And then Kai Kara-France ran over him in what wasn't a competitive fight in the slightest. He didn't have any moments in that matchup. I think Trevin Jones can crack that chin and get the KO win. I'm riding with Trevin Jones at plus 145. Guys, you know what time it is? Lock of the night.
Presenting the undisputed reigning, defending UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Bones Jones!
The lock for this week's card is Jon Bones Jones. I'm going with what I feel is an opportunity for greatness, as well as the best fighter we've ever seen coming back. Who can do it better? Who's going to be able to come back and dethrone, so I guess not dethrone because of a vacant title, but get a belt up a weight class? Who could pull that off? It's Jon Jones, the youngest champion in UFC history. Jon Jones, the most special fighter we've ever seen. Freakish frame, freakish wrestling ability. Jon Jones is a freak, man. And I think he's going to beat Ciryl Gane. That's why I have him as the lock of the week this week. I think he's going to go out there and being able to take Ciryl Gane down. Now, as far as props in this one, I'm sliding off of him. I'm touching pure money line. If Jon Jones gets on top, there's a real chance he could drop vicious elbows and stop a Ciryl Gane. Maybe he somehow gets a submission on Ciryl Gane. There's also a world where they fight for 5 rounds and it's ultra competitive and Jon Jones pulls it out. My official prediction is Jon Jones to win a decision. Minus 155 money line, I think, is the money touch. You don't have to worry about a certain method of victory coming through. But I will bring it up. Jones to win by decision right now, sitting at plus 185. Money line is better. He's fighting a game-testing Ciryl Gane, a person with holes. Francis Ngannou landed takedowns and got on top of him. Jon Jones is wrestling is out of this world. And I know you look at his last 2 performances. The Thiago Santos fight, less than impressive. The Dominic Reyes fight, extremely close and less than impressive from what we expect of a Jon Jones. But you look at the early career. This is a guy at 23 who destroyed Shogun Rua, put Lyoto Machida to sleep, ran over Rampage, Rashad Evans, went to war with Gustafsson after not training and coming out on top. Knocked out Daniel Cormier, regardless of it being a no contest or not. Jon Jones at heavyweight is going to shake up the world, guys. He's going to get the win, become the champion, and I think he cements himself now as the greatest fighter to ever walk this planet, because now he's the baddest man on the planet with the heavyweight belt. Jon Jones, lock of the week. All right, guys, the next section I do want to talk about is prop/value bets. I don't have any crazy heat that I want to bring you this week for that, but I am going to bring the odds on screen too so you guys can see. All right, we're going to go towards this side of Dricus du Plessis' fight with Derek Brunson, going under 2.5 rounds. It sits at minus 170. Also, Dricus du Plessis, I'm predicting he gets a KO win, plus 150. That's the prop/value bet section. I know, this week, it doesn't have tremendous heat. The better props and value bets are through the most confident picks props and through the most confident pick, even money lines or parlay pieces. We'll get into the parlays in a moment, or through the favorite underdogs, the lock of the week. This I don't like as much, but I had to bring something in this segment, so I wanted to talk about it. I wouldn't hate the Dricus du Plessis money line either, but it's not valuable enough that I can call it a value bet. It's not minus 150. For my value bet section, I like to see it minus 180 or less. That ain't a value bet. That's a 2-1 favorite. Dricus du Plessis, win by knockout, or that under 2.5. Let's jump to the parlays, and let's see what magic we can come up with this week for UFC 285. All right, so the lock of the week is Jon Jones, but I want to leave the lock out for this first parlay. So it's Shavkat Rakhmonov. Obviously, I think most people agree he is a tremendous pick to have this weekend. You matched it up with with Ian Gary, who beats Keenan Song. Minus 260. You're like, dude, that line is atrocious. I understand. I agree. I think it's a bad line too. And even if you add in Bo Nickal, you're getting 2-1 at best value. But I'm telling you, all three of these fighters are certainly winning their fights. Let me clean the slate up. I'll take Bo off for a moment. Who do we add in that I think can give us some bang for our buck? Or what can we add in, rather? I'm going to add in Amanda Ribas, the over 2.5 rounds. It's sitting at around minus 105. This says minus 108. You might find it at plus 105. I like the chances of this right here. I think this is a tremendous value/safety parlay. But I'm not here to just give you value and safety. I want to give you guys lines to get excited about. I think we're going to add in Cody Garbrandts, Trevin Jones. We can add in the under 2.5. That brings you to plus money. You don't want to add that in. Trevin Jones, straight dog money, brings you in that plus 250 range. But I really like Jones in the slate. Like, I just want to give you guys the most confident look. Shavkat, Gary, Jones, add in the Bo show. Why not? Plus 144. I know it's a fucking terrible value. Yes, this is bad. Bad value. It's not how you win maybe in the long run. But this week, I think this is how you score. And we're going to score with this one. Let me remove John Jones. I'll leave in Bo show for this one here. I think you can also add in the likes. Yes, she's a young, savage fighter. I think you add in Tabitha Ricci. There's a good chance she gets it done. Obviously, you guys want to be adding in more. You could add in a Cameron Simon. We got big favorites this week. It's just unfortunate. It's what it is. Adding in the dog, Trevin Jones, plus 660. We're getting in wild territory now, man. I'm going to remove Jones, and I'm going to add in the under for the Arujau fight. Or excuse me, the over for the Arujau fight. Plus 315. Shavkat, Gary, Nickal, Ricci, Simon, over. Write this one down. Plus 315. I feel really good about this one. There's some money plays to be made, but don't expect the plus money that you normally see unless you're going for the true high risk territory, which I'm going to do. I'm not going to fucking bore you guys. We'll go with high risk section. We're going to go John Jones. We're going to go Trevin Jones. So the Jones parlay right here brings you to plus 320. And then you're also like, listen, I want more heat. Tabitha Ricci is the girl to add on that line. Minus 230 brings you to plus 500. This is a great play. And I'm also going to add in the over with this fight. You obviously know I like that. Plus 738. That's a good line. That's money right there. That's money right there. That's good shit money. That's real. This is a real live play. You got dog in it. Like I said, I'm not afraid to add Dracus. Maybe you add him in for the long shot. You're looking for something a little bit wider. And then I'm going to finish it out with another fucking safety play, which is just normally against the rules. But you go Shavkat, Bo, Valentina, and you go with Ian Gary. Minus 137. You almost got minus 100. You know, it's close enough. Shavkat, Bo Nickal, Valentina, Ian Gary. I think this should happen too. These are ugly values, but high likelihoods. Plus 140 for that. A plus 140 play, yeah, it's a lot of fights, but I think the possibility is there. It's not the Hail Mary. That's like the safety zone with a lot of shit involved. I think be safe on your parlays. Be safe on your bets. Don't go ballistic, but I am going to finish it out with the most ballistic parlay of all time because, I'm trying to give you guys the fucking heat with the plus money. I don't want to bore you with just close-ass lines. We got Dracus on the slate. We're going to go with Arujau. We're going to go with Jones. So we got John Jones, Shavkat, Dracus du Plessis, Arujau, and Trevin Jones. And then just for the hell of it, let's go one more in there. Let's add in the Ian Gary side. Plus 1662. We're going nuts with this shit. Bo Nickal plus 1788. You add in Shevchenko plus 2100. Let's see what happens when you remove an Arujau. You only got plus 949. This one's really good too. Guys, be cautious with your parlays. We're just going fucking crazy at this point. 2-3 fighters max for your most optimal likelihood of success. I hope you guys enjoyed another episode of this week's Best MMA Bets. I'm so fucking excited for UFC 285. Let me know what your lock of the week is in the comments. Do you agree with mine? Definitely let me know, even if Jones is not the lock or Gane's not the lock, who you got in that main event. If you got nothing to say, just enjoy the content. As always, drop a W in the chat. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Fight companion for the entire UFC 285 card going down on Saturday. Much love to the people, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, everyone.